Welcome to the Vantum Files. Before we dive into tonight's case, I should probably introduce myself properly. I'm Ethan Cole. I've been bringing you these investigations for 6 cases now, and I just realized I never actually told you my name. These are the cases authorities won't touch, the stories that don't officially exist. And tonight's case shows exactly why this documentation matters. A Baltimore sanitation worker named Ryan Torres discovered something impossible on his route: addresses that don't exist, buildings that aren't there, and trash bags containing human remains. He reported it to police, to supervisors, to city officials. They all ignored him, so he investigated himself. And what he found was a systematic conspiracy to dispose of bodies through the city's waste management system. His testimony is detailed, documented, photographed, and he was offered $500,000 to stay silent about it. We don't know if he took that money, because after submitting this statement to us, Ryan Torres disappeared. This is case number 7, the Phantom Addresses. My name is Ryan Torres. I'm 32 years old. I've been driving a garbage truck for the city of Baltimore, Maryland for 7 years. Route 47, commercial and residential pickup, Monday through Friday for AM to noon. It's not a glamorous job. Most people don't think about garbage collection. They put their trash on the curb and it disappears. They don't think about who picks it up, where it goes, or what we see during our routes. But I think about it every day, especially about the addresses that shouldn't exist. The ones that appear on my route sheet, but not on any map. The ones where I collect trash from buildings that aren't there. The ones where the garbage gets heavier every week, even though nobody lives at those addresses. I've been collecting from these impossible locations for 3 years. My supervisor knows. The city knows, but nobody talks about it. Nobody investigates. We just keep collecting, because the trash keeps appearing. And if we don't pick it up, it piles higher and higher until it spills into the real streets, the real addresses, the places where actual people live. So we collect it from addresses that don't exist, from buildings that aren't there, from residents we never see. And last week, I found something in one of those impossible trash bags that made me finally understand what we've been collecting all these years. Something that made me realize we're not just sanitation workers. We're disposal for something else. Something that's been using Baltimore's waste management system to hide what it's been doing. And now it knows I know. I started working for Baltimore City Sanitation in 2017. The pay was decent. Benefits were good. Union job, pension, health insurance, stability. The work itself is simple. You drive your route, stop at each address, collect the trash, compress it in the truck, move to the next stop. 8 hours a day. Same streets, same addresses, same routine. Route 47 covers East Baltimore. Mix of residential and commercial. Old row houses, small businesses, a few apartment buildings. It's a working-class neighborhood. High crime rate, economic decline, but the people are decent. They put their trash out on time. They don't give us problems. My partner for the first 4 years was a guy named Marcus Williams. He'd been with the city for 15 years. Knew every street in Baltimore. Knew which addresses always had extra bags, which ones forgot collection day, which ones tried to sneak furniture into regular trash. Marcus was the one who first mentioned the Phantom Addresses. It was my 3rd week on the job. We were doing our Tuesday route. I was driving, Marcus was working the back, operating the compactor. We pulled up to an address on Greenmount Avenue, 2847 Greenmount Avenue, a vacant lot between 2 row houses. I checked the route sheet. Marcus, we've got 2847 Greenmount on the list. He walked over to the cab. Yeah, Pull up next to the lot. There's no building there. I know. Just pull up. I pulled the truck alongside the vacant lot. Weeds, broken concrete, trash scattered around. But no structure, no house. Just empty space where a building should have been. Marcus walked into the lot. Came back dragging 3 large trash bags. What the hell? I said. Where did those come from? They're always here. Every Tuesday. Same spot. Who puts them there? Marcus shrugged. Don't know. Don't ask. Just collect and move on. He loaded the bags into the compactor. We moved to the next address. But I was bothered. Marcus, seriously. There's no building there. Who's leaving trash in an empty lot? Ryan, you want my advice? Don't think about it. We get paid to collect trash, not ask questions about where it comes from. But that doesn't make sense. Lots of things in this city don't make sense. You'll learn that. Over the next few weeks, I noticed more phantom addresses. Places where we collected trash from locations that shouldn't have trash. Vacant lots. Demolished buildings. Addresses that didn't exist according to city records. I counted them. Route 47 had 8 phantom addresses. Every week, trash appeared at these impossible locations. And every week, we collected it. I asked Marcus about each one. His answer was always the same. Don't ask questions. Just collect. After 6 months, I stopped asking. I accepted it as part of the route. Baltimore was a weird city. Maybe squatters were leaving trash in vacant lots. Maybe it was illegal dumping. Maybe the addresses were wrong on the route sheet. I stopped thinking about it. Just like Marcus said, until Marcus disappeared. October 2021. Marcus didn't show up for work. No call, no text, just didn't arrive. This was unusual. Marcus was reliable. 15 years with the city. Never missed a shift without notice. I called him. No answer. I called his emergency contact. His sister. She hadn't heard from him either. The supervisor assigned me a new partner. A younger guy named Devin. Fresh out of training. Eager. Talkative. We did the route together. When we got to the first phantom address, Devin noticed immediately. Hey man, there's no building here. Why are we stopping? I walked into the vacant lot. Found the trash bags. Same as always. Brought them to the truck. Devin was confused. Who left those there? Don't know. They're always here. That's weird as hell. Yeah, but it's part of the route. We collect them and move on. Devin didn't like it, but he didn't push. We continued the route. Over the next week, Devin asked about every phantom address. Who left the trash? Why wasn't there a building? Shouldn't we report this? I gave him the same answers Marcus had given me. Don't ask questions. Just collect. On Friday, Devin didn't show up for work. No call. No text. I called him. No answer. His emergency contact was his mother. I called her. She said Devin had quit. Left a note saying he found a better job. Didn't give notice because he didn't want to be talked into staying. This seemed wrong. Devin was excited about this job. Talked about the pension, the benefits. He wasn't the type to quit suddenly. But people quit jobs all the time. Maybe he really did find something better. The supervisor assigned me another partner. This one lasted 3 weeks before he quit. Then another. 2 weeks. Then another. 5 days. In 1 year, I went through 9 partners. All of them quit suddenly. Most didn't give notice. Most didn't answer calls after leaving. I started to see the pattern. They all quit after asking too many questions about the phantom addresses. After expressing too much concern about the impossible trash collection. The ones who just accepted it, who didn't ask questions, lasted longer. But eventually, they all left. Except me. I was the constant. The only one who stayed. Maybe because I stopped asking questions. Or maybe because I was useful. Someone who knew the route. who understood how it worked, who would just collect the trash and not make problems. By 2022, I was working alone. No partner. The supervisor said they couldn't keep assigning people to Route 47 when turnover was so high. I'd have to manage solo. Fine by me. Working alone meant no one to ask uncomfortable questions. No one to notice the things I'd started noticing. When you work the same route for years, you develop a memory for details. You know what each address usually throws away. You recognize patterns. Mrs. Chun at 2634 Monument Street always has recycling on Thursdays. Mr. Rodriguez at 1847 Edison Highway puts out exactly 2 bags every Monday. The convenience store at 3001 Greenmount always has broken down cardboard boxes. You learn the rhythms, the consistencies, the variations. And that's when I started noticing something wrong with the phantom addresses. The trash from these impossible locations was too consistent, too regular, too deliberate. 2847 Greenmount Avenue, the vacant lot. 3 bags every Tuesday. Always the same size. Always the same weight. Exactly the same for 3 years straight. That's not how garbage works. Real households vary. Sometimes you have more trash. Sometimes less. Seasonal differences. Life changes. Variation. But the phantom addresses never varied. Same number of bags. Same weight. Same placement. Week after week. Year after year. I started documenting it. Taking notes. Photographing the bags before I loaded them. All the phantom addresses showed the same pattern. Mechanical consistency. Like the trash was being generated by a process, not by people living lives. And the bags themselves were wrong. They were contractor bags. Heavy duty. Black plastic. No brand markings. No store labels. Just generic black bags that you couldn't buy in any store I'd ever seen. I tried to find where these bags came from. Searched online. Checked industrial suppliers. Asked hardware stores. Nobody sold bags exactly like these. They were similar to contractor bags, but thicker, heavier. The plastic had a weird texture, almost waxy, and they were sealed differently. Not tied, not twist-tied. Sealed, like they'd been heat-sealed shut. Professionally, industrially. Who was heat-sealing garbage bags? I wanted to open one, see what was inside, but something stopped me. Some instinct that said opening these bags would be crossing a line I couldn't uncross. So I just kept collecting, documenting, watching the pattern repeat, until March 2024, when the pattern changed. March 5th, 2024, Tuesday morning, 5:47 a.m. I arrived at 2847 Greenmount Avenue, the vacant lot. The usual 3 bags were there, but there was a 4th. This had never happened before. The phantom addresses never varied. 3 bags every Tuesday. Exactly 3. For 3 years. But today, there were 4. I sat in the truck cab, staring at the bags. The 4th bag was different. Smaller. Different shape. Not the usual contractor bag. This one looked like a regular kitchen trash bag. White. With red drawstrings. A normal bag. The kind you'd buy at any grocery store. I got out of the truck. Approached the bags. The 3 contractor bags were sealed as always. Heat sealed. Professional. Identical to every other week. But the 4th bag was just tied. Loose. The red drawstrings pulled into a simple knot. I stood over it. Something inside was moving. Not like an animal. Not like something alive. But shifting. Settling. Like the contents were still warm and cooling down, causing movement as density changed. I should have just loaded it. Collected all 4 bags. Moved on. That's what Marcus would have told me to do. What I've been doing for 3 years. But the 4th bag was wrong. It broke the pattern. And breaking patterns meant something had changed. Something was different. I needed to know what was inside. I pulled on gloves, reached for the bag. It was heavy, maybe 40 pounds, dense, and warm, definitely warm. I loosened the drawstring, opened the bag, looked inside. It was full of meat, raw meat, cuts of flesh, red, fresh, still slightly warm, but wrong. The shapes were wrong. The cuts were wrong. This wasn't butcher shop meat. This wasn't beef or pork or chicken. These were pieces of something else. Long bones with meat still attached. Chunks of tissue, organs, a tangle of what looked like intestines. And in the middle of the bag, partially wrapped in plastic, was a hand. A human hand. 5 fingers. Palm. Wrist bone protruding from severed flesh. I dropped the bag. Stepped back. My heart hammering. A human hand. In a trash bag. At a phantom address. Where no building existed. Where trash appeared from nowhere. I pulled out my phone. Called 911. The operator answered. I tried to explain. Found human remains. Garbage route. Greenmount Avenue. She asked for my exact location. I gave her the address. 2847 Greenmount Avenue. She put me on hold. Came back 30 seconds later. Sir, there is number 2847 Greenmount Avenue. That address doesn't exist in our system. I'm standing here right now, between 2845 and 2849. This is where 2847 should be. Our records show that lot has been vacant since 1987. There is no assigned address for that location. Then how do I have it on my route sheet? How have I been collecting trash here for 3 years? I don't know, sir, but I'm sending police to your location. Stay there. I waited. 15 minutes. 20. No police arrived. I called 911 again. Different operator. I called about human remains at Greenmount Avenue. Police were supposed to come. I don't have a record of that call, sir. When did you call? 20 minutes ago. Nothing in the system. What's your location? I gave the address again. Same response. No such address exists. I tried calling my supervisor. No answer. Left a voicemail. Explained the situation. Requested instructions. No callback. I stood in that vacant lot for 45 minutes. No police. No supervisor. No response. The 4th bag sat on the ground. Open. Human remains visible inside. The 3 contractor bags sat next to it. Sealed. Heat sealed. Professional. Waiting to be collected. I didn't know what to do. Leave the bags. Report it through official channels. Open the other bags to see what they contained. My phone rang. The supervisor. Finally. Ryan, I got your message. What's going on? I found human remains in one of the bags at 2847 Greenmount. Long pause. Did you open the bag? Yes. There's a human hand. And other tissue. Looks like body parts. Another pause. Ryan, you need to collect all the bags and complete your route. What? I just told you there are human remains here. I heard you. And I'm telling you to collect the bags and complete your route. All of them, including the 4th one. I'm not collecting evidence of a crime. I called 911. They're sending police. No, they're not. 2847 Greenmount doesn't exist. Police won't respond to a non-existent address. But I'm here. The bags are here. The body parts are here. Ryan, listen to me very carefully. Collect the bags. Complete your route. Come back to the depot. We'll discuss this in person. Do not call police again. Do not open any more bags. Just collect and return. This is insane. This is your job. Collect the trash. That's what you're paid to do. He hung up. I stood there, phone in hand, trying to process what just happened. My supervisor just told me to collect human remains like regular garbage. Told me not to report a crime. Told me to pretend I hadn't just found body parts in a trash bag. I looked at the 4 bags. The 3 contractor bags still sealed. The 4th bag open, contents visible. I should have walked away, left the bags, quit the job, reported everything to actual authorities. But I didn't. I loaded all 4 bags into the truck, sealed the compactor, drove to the next address, because I needed to understand what was happening. And the only way to understand was to keep going, keep collecting, keep following the route. The phantom addresses knew something. They'd broken pattern for a reason. That 4th bag was a message, or a warning, or a test. I needed to know which. I completed the route. All 8 phantom addresses. Collected everything. The other 7 addresses had their usual bags. Same number, same weight, same heat-sealed contractor bags. Only 2847 Greenmount had the 4th bag. The anomaly, the human remains. At the end of my shift, I drove to the landfill, the usual dump site for Route 47. Massive facility on the outskirts of Baltimore. Mountains of trash, industrial compactors, methane flares burning off gas from decomposition. I pulled into the waste station. The attendant checked my truck ID and waved me through. I drove to the designated dumping area, started the hydraulic lift to empty the truck's compactor. A supervisor I'd never seen before walked up. Middle-aged man, white, wearing a reflective vest and hard hat. "You're Route 47? "Yeah. We'll take it from here. You can head back to the depot. I always dump my own load. New policy. Route 47 gets special handling. We'll process this." "Special handling? What?" He didn't answer, just gestured for me to leave. I lowered the hydraulic lift, drove out of the landfill, but I parked a quarter-mile away, out of sight behind a maintenance building. I walked back, stayed out of view, watched. The supervisor and 3 workers in full hazmat suits approached my truck. They opened the compactor manually, started pulling out bags, not dumping them, pulling them out individually, inspecting them. They separated the bags into 2 groups. Regular bags in one pile, contractor bags in another. The contractor bags, the ones from the phantom addresses, were loaded onto a separate truck. A white unmarked truck with no company logos. The regular bags were processed normally, dumped, compacted, buried, but the phantom bags were taken, loaded onto the unmarked truck, driven away in a different direction. Someone was separating the phantom address trash, processing it differently, taking it somewhere else. I photographed everything. The unmarked truck, the license plate, the workers, the separation process. Then I went back to the depot. My supervisor was waiting in his office. Frank Morrison, late 50s, been with the city for 30 years. "Ryan, sit down." I sat. "You had an unusual collection today." "Yeah. 4th bag at 2,847 Greenmount. Contained human remains." Frank nodded. "I know. That shouldn't have been there." "What do you mean it shouldn't have been there? Where did it come from?" "That's being investigated. But that's not your concern. Your concern is doing your job, collecting trash, not opening bags, not asking questions." "Frank, I found body parts. A human hand. That's not trash. That's evidence." "Evidence of what?" "A crime. Murder. Dismemberment. Something." Frank leaned back in his chair. "Ryan, you've been a good employee. Reliable. You don't complain. You don't cause problems. That's why you've lasted longer than anyone else on Route 47. What happened to Marcus? To Devin? To all my other partners? They asked too many questions. Like you're doing now. Did something happen to them? They were reassigned. To different departments. Different cities. Some quit. Some retired early. But they're all fine. They just couldn't handle the ambiguity of this route. The phantom addresses. Yes. What are they, Frank? He was quiet for a long moment. Then he stood up, walked to the window, looked out at the depot yard. I've been with sanitation for 30 years, Ryan. I've seen a lot. I've learned not to ask certain questions, because the answers are more complicated than anyone wants to deal with. Try me. He turned back to me. What do you know about urban planning? About how cities decide where to put things? Roads, buildings, infrastructure. Not much. Cities have layers. Visible layers and invisible layers. The visible layer is what you see. Streets, houses, businesses. The invisible layer is underneath. Sewers, power lines, old foundations, buried rivers, abandoned tunnels. Cities are built on top of older cities. Okay, Baltimore is an old city, 300 years old. Lots of layers, lots of invisible infrastructure. And some of those layers never show up on modern maps. They exist in gaps, spaces that aren't officially recognized. The phantom addresses. They're called interstitial addresses. They exist in the gaps between official addresses, places where the city's grid has anomalies. That doesn't explain the trash or the human remains. Frank sat back down. When you have addresses that don't officially exist, you can do things there that don't officially happen. You can dispose of things that don't officially exist. The implication hit me. The city is using phantom addresses to hide illegal dumping. Not the city. The city just collects. We don't ask where it comes from. We just pick it up and dispose of it. But someone is leaving it there. Someone is dumping bodies. I didn't say bodies. I said disposal. Frank, I saw a human hand. And you also saw that hand disappear into the waste stream, where it will be processed, incinerated, reduced to ash, and no one will ever know it existed. This is insane. This is a conspiracy. No, it's sanitation. We remove unwanted material. That's our job. What that material is, that's not our concern. I can't just pretend I didn't see this. Frank's expression hardened. Yes, you can. Because if you don't, you'll be reassigned like everyone else. And someone new will take Route 47. And they'll collect the same trash. And eventually they'll either accept it or be replaced. Just like you. Just like Marcus. Just like everyone before. I'll go to the police. The FBI. The media. With what evidence? A phantom address that doesn't exist in any city system? A bag you opened without authorization? Photos of a landfill processing trash? You'll sound crazy. And even if someone investigated, what would they find? Nothing. Because by the time anyone looks, the trash is gone. Incinerated. Buried. Scattered in a landfill under 10,000 tons of other garbage. He stood up. Go home, Ryan. Take tomorrow off. Paid leave. Think about whether you want to keep this job or move on. If you keep it, you follow the rules. Collect the trash. Don't open bags. Don't ask questions. If you can't do that, resign. Those are your options. I left the office. I didn't sleep that night. I couldn't stop thinking about the hand, the meat, the systematic disposal. Someone was killing people, dismembering them, leaving the remains at phantom addresses. And the city was collecting it like regular trash. How long had this been happening? Marcus had worked the route for years before me. How many bodies had he collected without knowing? How many had I collected before I noticed? The contractor bags, the heat-sealed bags. I'd been collecting them for 3 years. 3 bags every week at each phantom address. 8 phantom addresses total. 24 bags per week. 104 weeks per year over 3 years. Over 7,000 bags. If even a fraction of those bags contained human remains, We were talking about dozens of victims, maybe hundreds. I pulled out my documentation, 3 years of photos, notes, patterns. I mapped the phantom addresses, plotted them on a map of Baltimore. They formed a pattern, a rough circle, all within a 2-mile radius of a central point. I zoomed in on the center point, an old industrial area, mostly abandoned. A few active businesses, warehouses, processing facilities. One building stood out, large, blocky, no windows, single access road, surrounded by a high fence. No signage, no company name, no indication of what happened inside. But the property records showed it was owned by Meridian Waste Solutions, a private company, not affiliated with the city. I searched for Meridian Waste Solutions. Almost nothing online. A bare-bones website with no information. A registered address that led to a P.O. box. No employees listed. No services described. A ghost company, operating a facility in Baltimore, in the exact center of the phantom address circle. This was the source. Whatever was happening, it was happening in that building. The next night, I drove to the facility. I didn't plan to go inside, just observe, see if I could figure out what this place was. I parked a block away, walked closer on foot, stayed in shadows. The building was active, lights on, vehicles in the lot, a loading dock at the rear. As I watched, a white, unmarked truck pulled up to the loading dock. The same truck I'd seen at the landfill. The one that had taken the phantom address bags. Workers unloaded the truck, moving the contractor bags inside the facility. One by one. Systematic. Professional. I counted 24 bags. The exact number of bags collected weekly from the 8 phantom addresses. The bags weren't going to a landfill. They were coming here, to this facility, for processing. I needed to see inside. Needed to know what they were doing with those bags. I circled the building, found a side door. No guards. No cameras visible. The door was locked, but it was old. Cheap lock. I shouldn't have done it. I should have called authorities. Reported what I'd found. Let professionals investigate. But I knew they wouldn't. Frank was right. The phantom addresses didn't exist in any system. Police wouldn't respond. Reporters wouldn't believe. Investigators wouldn't find anything. If I wanted answers, I had to find them myself. I picked the lock. It took 3 minutes. The door opened into a dark corridor. Industrial. Concrete floors. Fluorescent lights buzzing overhead. I entered. Let the door close behind me. Stood in the corridor listening. Machinery sounds. Hydraulic systems. Conveyor belts. Processing equipment. I followed the sound. Deeper into the building. Past offices. Past storage rooms. To a set of double doors with small windows. I looked through the window. The processing floor. Large open space. Industrial equipment. Conveyor belts. Sorting stations. Incinerators. And bodies. Not whole bodies. Parts. Being sorted. Processed. Separated. Workers in full hazmat suits moving along assembly lines. Taking contractor bags. Opening them. Removing contents. Sorting the pieces by type. Bones in one container. Soft tissue in another. Organs in a third. Everything was being separated. Cataloged. Processed with industrial efficiency. At the far end of the floor, the sorted material was being fed into incinerators. High-temperature units designed to leave no trace. Complete reduction to ash. I watched for 10 minutes. Counted 12 workers. Watched them process 30 bags. Saw them reduce human remains to sorted components and then to ash. This was professional. Organized. Long-term operation. Someone was killing people. Lots of people. Dismembering them. Packaging the remains. Leaving them at phantom addresses. The city collected them. Brought them here. and this facility processed them into nothing. Complete disposal. No evidence. No bodies. No crime. I pulled out my phone, started recording video through the window. That's when the alarm went off. Loud, piercing, security alarm. The workers looked up, saw me at the window. I ran, back through the corridor, toward the exit. Behind me, doors opening. Footsteps. Shouting. I reached the side door, pushed through, into the night, sprinted to my car, got in, started the engine. 2 security vehicles pulled out of the facility, coming toward me. I drove, fast, through industrial streets, back toward residential areas. The security vehicles followed, gaining. I ran red lights, took turns without signaling, tried to lose them, but they stayed close. Professional pursuit, coordinated. My phone rang. Unknown number. I answered. A calm voice. Male. Professional. Mr. Torres, please pull over. We just want to talk. How do you know my name? We know a lot about you. Route 47. 3 years. Good employee. Until tonight. I saw what you're doing in there. I have video. We know. Please pull over. Let's discuss this reasonably. I'm going to the police. No, you're not. Because you broke into private property. You filmed without authorization. And you have no evidence of anything illegal. All you have is video of a licensed waste processing facility doing its job. Those are human remains. You're destroying evidence of murders. Are you certain they're human? Did you test them? Or are you assuming? And even if they were human, we're a licensed medical waste processor. We handle biological material from hospitals, morgues, research facilities. All legal, all documented. I hadn't thought of that. Medical waste. They could claim everything I saw was legitimate medical disposal. The phantom addresses. The city collecting from locations that don't exist. City contractors collect from many locations. Some addresses are provisional. Some are administrative designations. All authorized. Nothing unusual. They had an answer for everything. Legal cover for every aspect. Why are you chasing me if this is all legal? We're not chasing you. We're escorting you. For your safety. You entered a hazardous facility without authorization or protective equipment. We're concerned about exposure. Exposure. A threat disguised as concern. Pull over, Mr. Torres. Let's resolve this professionally. I hung up. Kept driving. They stayed behind me. Not trying to force me off the road. Just following. Watching. I drove to a police station. Parked directly in front. Got out. The security vehicles drove past. Didn't stop. Disappeared around a corner. I went into the station. Asked to file a report. The officer at the desk took my information. Asked what I wanted to report. I explained everything. The phantom addresses. The facility. The processing of human remains. He typed slowly. Asked questions. Address of the facility? Meridian Waste Solutions. Did I have authorization to be on their property? No. Did I have evidence of illegal activity? Video on my phone. He asked to see the video. I pulled it up. The footage was corrupted, glitchy, unviewable, just digital noise. Impossible. It was fine when I recorded it. The officer looked at me with skepticism. Sir, your video doesn't show anything. It was working. They must have. I don't know how they corrupted it. Who's they? Meridian. The facility. They were chasing me. Do you have evidence of being chased? They were right behind me. 2 vehicles. Did they threaten you? Force you off the road? Make contact? No. But they called me. Knew my name. Did you record the call? No. The officer closed his notepad. Sir, it sounds like you illegally entered private property. When security noticed, you fled. They may have attempted to identify you for trespassing charges. I'd recommend you don't return to that facility. What about the human remains? The illegal disposal? Do you have evidence of that? I didn't. The video was corrupted. I had no samples. No documentation they couldn't explain away. Sir, if you want to pursue this, you can file a formal complaint. But based on what you've told me, it sounds like a civil matter. Possible trespassing on your part. You might want to consult a lawyer. I left the station. I went home, locked all my doors, sat in the dark thinking. They'd corrupted my video remotely, probably through some kind of signal when I was near the facility. They had technology, resources, legal cover, and they knew who I was, where I worked, probably where I lived. I was in danger, real danger. My phone rang. Unknown number. I didn't answer. It rang again, and again, 10 times in 20 minutes. Then a text. We need to resolve this, Mr. Torres. Check your email. I checked. An email from a law firm I'd never heard of. The subject line, settlement offer. I opened it. Legal language. Dense. But the summary was clear. Meridian Waste Solutions was willing to offer me $500,000 in exchange for signing a comprehensive non-disclosure agreement. All allegations would be dropped. No trespassing charges. No further contact. $500,000 to forget what I'd seen. I stared at the offer. That was life-changing money. I could quit, move, start over. All I had to do was stay silent. The phone rang again. Same unknown number. This time I answered. The same calm voice from before. Mr. Torres, did you receive our offer? Yes. It's generous. More than generous. Take it. And if I don't, then we pursue trespassing charges. Criminal charges. Your employer fires you. Your reputation is destroyed. And you still have no evidence of wrongdoing on our part. You lose everything and accomplish nothing. What you're doing is murder. What we're doing is waste disposal. Legal, licensed, contracted. If you want to believe otherwise, that's your choice. But you can't prove it, and trying will only hurt you. Silence on the line. Then, you have 24 hours to accept. After that, the offer expires, and we proceed with charges. He hung up. I spent the night researching, trying to find any evidence that Meridian was doing something illegal. I found nothing. The company was registered, licensed for medical waste disposal, all permits current, all inspections passed. On paper, completely legitimate. I searched for the names of the workers I'd seen, the security personnel, the supervisors. Nothing. No social media. No public records. Ghost employees for a ghost company. I tried to find victims. Missing persons in Baltimore that might match the remains I'd seen. Hundreds. Baltimore had hundreds of missing persons cases, but most were resolved. Found alive. Found dead in unrelated circumstances. Closed cases. The ones that remained unsolved. They were mostly homeless. Addicts. Sex workers. People on the margins. People whose disappearances didn't get much attention. Exactly the kind of people who could vanish without extensive investigation. I cross-referenced missing persons dates with my collection logs, looking for patterns, and I found them. Small correlations. Clusters of disappearances in the weeks before upticks in bag weight at Vantum addresses. Not proof, just correlations, but enough to suggest that what I suspected might be true. Someone was taking vulnerable people, killing them, processing their bodies, and using Baltimore's sanitation system to dispose of the evidence. And the city either knew and didn't care, or didn't want to know. I had 24 hours to decide. Take the money and stay silent, or refuse and be destroyed. I'm writing this 12 hours into that deadline. I haven't decided yet. Part of me wants to take the money, disappear, Let someone else deal with this nightmare. But part of me knows that if I stay silent, this continues. More people disappear, more bodies processed, more phantom addresses collecting evidence of crimes that officially don't exist. I don't know what to do. If I refuse the settlement, I'll be arrested, charged, discredited. Everything I've documented will be dismissed as the ravings of a disgruntled employee. If I accept, I have money, but I carry the knowledge. I know what's happening at those phantom addresses. And I do nothing. Marcus chose to leave. Devin chose to leave. Every partner I've had chose to leave. They saw enough to know something was wrong. And they walked away. Maybe that's the smart choice. Maybe survival means accepting that some things are too big to fight, too connected, too protected. I've uploaded this document to multiple locations, scheduled it to post if I don't cancel it. If something happens to me, if I disappear like Marcus, like Devin, if you're reading this, something went wrong. Either I refused the settlement and they came for me, or I accepted and couldn't live with the silence. Either way, you need to know what's happening in Baltimore. Route 47 collects from 8 phantom addresses. Addresses that don't exist on any official map, but trash appears there every week. Regular, consistent, professional. That trash is collected by the city, separated at the landfill, transported to a facility owned by Meridian Waste Solutions. And at that facility, human remains are processed, sorted, incinerated, reduced to ash. Legal murder, legal disposal, hidden in plain sight in the waste management system. I don't know who's doing the killing. I don't know how they select victims. I don't know how high this conspiracy goes. But I know it's happening. I saw it. I documented it. And now you know too. If you work in sanitation, if you drive routes with phantom addresses, if you notice inconsistencies in collection patterns or disposal procedures, pay attention, document, but be careful. They're watching. They have resources. They have legal cover. And they've been doing this for a long time. I have 6 hours left to decide. Take the money, or tell the truth. Survival, or conscience. I honestly don't know which I'll choose. The Vantum files. Case number 007. The phantom addresses. Status, ongoing. Location, Baltimore, Maryland, Route 47. Phenomenon, interstitial addresses, systematic body disposal, institutional complicity. Phantom addresses identified, 8. Exact locations withheld for investigation. Estimated victims, unknown, potentially dozens to hundreds. Meridian Waste Solutions, licensed facility, legal cover, unknown ownership. Warning, do not investigate without protection. Legal retaliation certain. If you work in waste management and notice phantom addresses on your route, document everything. Photograph everything. Trust no one in your organization. Prepare exit strategy. Some garbage isn't just waste. Some disposal isn't just sanitation. Some cities have systems designed to hide what shouldn't be found. The phantom addresses are real. What they're hiding is real. And it's still happening. Ryan Torres, sanitation worker, Route 47. Statement recorded. Date withheld. Current status unknown.